Hello friends, welcome to the Careers in Consulting channel. In this video, we will continue discussing about how you can make a strong, powerful resume for a consulting job. Now, if you are looking for a job in consulting or if you are looking to switch jobs in consulting, this will be a very important, a very relevant video for you. So please watch it till the end. So in this video, I will talk about a few additional important pointers for a good consulting resume. I will talk about all the practical aspects when it comes to building your resume for a consulting job. This is a series of multiple videos and today is the third video in this series. I have already uploaded the first two videos in this series. So please do watch those two videos as well and do like this video. Please provide your feedback in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel and please share this video with as many people as you can. So let's start this video. So in the first two videos, we established the fact that your keywords with respect to the domain of consulting are the most important in your resume. That was video 1. In the second video, we talked about how you can add those important keywords to your resume, how you can go about it. So we discussed everything in a lot of detail. I'm providing the link for those two videos as well. So please go through those videos as that will form the base for this resume building series. Now, I'm sure after watching the first two videos, you would have come up with the list of your projects. You would have come up with your experience section in the resume. So you would be very clear with respect to how you have to talk about your projects in the resume. So now in the further pointers, we will discuss about a few additional important pointers as well when it comes to a consulting resume. So firstly, talking about the kind of professional language, the formal language which you should have in your resume. So always start the statements in your resume with a verb in past tense. So giving a few examples, a statement in your resume could be something like performed the current state assessment for the client, analyzed the client's environment and came up with the recommendations, led and mentored a team of 5 professionals. So these are few examples of how you shall phrase your statements in the resume, always having a verb in past tense like generated, analyzed, led, mentored, completed. So I hope you got an idea of how you shall phrase your sentences in the resume. So this is very important for a good consulting resume. Secondly, always mention your email and phone number in your resume. So a lot of times what happens is the recruiters, the HR managers, they will download a dump of resumes from a job aggregator site and then they will run the keyword search on those resumes and be able to shortlist the top 25-50 resumes. So sometimes people, they do not mention their emails, phone numbers in their resume and just they mention in a different section on that job aggregator site. So the recruiter may not have the time to go through every candidate profile and get your phone number or email from there, right? So they just go by the resume. So please do provide your email and phone number in the resume. Also another important pointer here, always have your job experiences, your projects in a chronological order. So sometimes if people have worked in multiple companies, they try to do that. If in the first company they had more significant projects, they try to put it at the top. Now that is not a good practice. Always go by a chronological order because that is how the interviewer, that is how they have seen multiple resumes, that is how their brain has been wired, right? That at the top they will see the most recent company. So good practice is to mention your companies, your projects in a chronological order. Next point, again very important, always check your resume for grammatical errors, grammatical mistakes. So these days even tools like Words also suggest those grammatical errors, and also you can get your resume proofread. And in the next video in this series, I will talk about how you can go about proofreading your resume for any kind of errors or a logical flow. Also, a good practice is to not take names of your clients in the resume. So never mention names of your clients. So you can when you are trying to mention about your project, the title could be something like, okay, you worked for a major cloud transformation exercise for a major bank based out of the USA, major client transformation exercise for an MNC based out of India, for a healthcare client based out of Europe, USA. So never mention your client's name. It is not a good practice to mention client names in the resume. Do add certifications if you have any. If you have certifications, it is definitely a way of differentiating yourself from the other candidates. So if you have done any external certifications, do mention those in your resume. Okay, next point, sometimes the interviewers, they try to improvise and find the candidates out by asking about their extracurricular section. So a lot of candidates in their interest, hobbies or extracurricular section, they have mentioned very fancy hobbies like reading books or writing something when they are actually not doing it. So sometimes interviewers do try to find you out, do try to catch you off guard by mentioning about those hobbies, interests, and if you are not doing that activity, do not mention it. If your hobby is watching cricket, it is fine. At least do not mention something which you are not doing, because if the interviewer finds out, that will be a red flag that you are just faking something in your resume. So always, whatever you have in your resume, in the hobbies or interest section as well, do mention things which you are actually doing. Very important pointer. Next thing, again, very important for all of you. So a lot of people, naturally what they do is they ask for templates from a friend, that okay, please share your template, share your resume with me and I will make the edits in that resume. Now a lot of times what happens is, when you are editing a friend's resume, something from the friend's actual original resume gets left out. So you may not remember removing the name of the company in which your friend is working, or something from the past, something from that friend's academic profile is still there in your resume. So please check your resume 10-15 times if you are taking the template from a friend. If in the interview your interviewer asks you a question and you realize that it was something which just continued from a friend's resume, that is a big red flag for you in the interview. The interviewer may find out and you are rejected right away. And if you are having your friend's company name in your resume or something, anything from your friend's resume in your resume, it is a big red flag. So do check for that multiple times. And as a general pointer, please never fake anything in your resume when it comes to your experiences, your academic distinctions, or your extracurricular activities, or your hobbies, interests. Never fake anything in your resume. If you have done even this much, it is a good practice to sell it. You have to mention it in very good terms. You have to definitely sell it well. But selling something well and faking something is very different. Right? So never fake anything in your resume. If any of the interviewers realizes that you are faking something in the resume, and the interviewers who are experienced, who have been taking interviews for a long time, they very easily find out that the candidate is faking something. So always avoid faking anything in your resume. So these were a few additional pointers which I wanted to discuss with you. In the next video, which will be part 4 of this resume building series, I will talk about how you can go about proofreading your resume, because proofreading your resume is also a very, very important activity. So if you liked the content in this video, please do like it. Please share this video with as many people as you can. Please subscribe to the channel, and please provide your feedback or any questions if you have, do provide them in the comment section. and you can reach out to my provided WhatsApp number as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in part 4.